that it gets to me, but every time I put my head up, there's a flex to feed. You'll get nuts.
Hey guys, this is Zach. This is my Flex the Feed release party. Let's go inside and check it out. By the way, we're at LionPack Studios right now, so come inside.
I can't say that it gets to me, but every time I put my head up, there's a flex to feed. You'll get nuts.
Where you going? Oh, this is Dean, very talented producer. We're just doing a little tour. Go inside.
Breathe, you're next to me, building up some press release to get nuts.
Alright, welcome. We got all the goods here. Ain't a party without Doritos. Got some of the homies. Let's go outside with the DJs.
I know you don't deserve it, no you don't deserve it. I got that word, I need to know for certain. Tell me how you worth it.
W tickets cop down, cause I'm feeling like a bigger stage, a bigger weight, just coming from what's pumping in my ribcage. I'm getting paid, and nothing's new or getting laid. I'm breaking buildings and the hills amongst them. Got a couple homies out in Austin, custom messages, W tickets cop down, cause I'm feeling like a bigger stage, a bigger weight, just coming from what's pumping in my ribcage.
Any moment now, we're gonna play Flex the Feed and the Wave, so this is my release party.
What's up, Palm Tree? We're here with the one, the only singing, songwriting sensation, Zach. How are you, man?
Good, thank you, man.
Cool. So, tell me about yourself, man. Originally, where are you from?
I'm from the Bay Area.
Okay. What city in the Bay?
Grew up in Menlo Park. Parents kind of moved more south to Mountain View now, but that's where I grew up.
I see. So, like, a few miles outside the San Francisco area?
Yeah, like south of San Francisco.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what were you like as a kid growing up?
What was I like? I was very adventurous, very curious child. I would like to say. Always trying to learn more, and I'd just say curious. Yeah.
Curious. All right. So, at what point do you first either pick up an instrument or start like singing, songwriting?
I think the first instrument I picked up was the ukulele. My brother Andrew was playing that a lot, and my brother David played a lot of guitar. And he would get me in his room, and he would play guitar, and I would sing a little bit with him. He turned me on to this guy Dave Matthews. Yeah, I definitely credit both my brothers and my dad. My dad always played a lot of oldies, a lot of Cat Stevens, a lot of like 60s stuff. So they all contributed along the way to me being musical.
Nice. Okay. So, can you tell me like a few of your other influences?
Yeah, so I would definitely say Amy Winehouse, my #1 influence. I would say I really like Alan Stone.
Nice.
I love John Mayer.
Yeah, I do see the Alan Stone influence.
Yeah,
you guys kind of do sound a lot.
Oh yeah, dude. I love artists with soul.
Sweetest thing I ever know. Was like a kiss on the collarbone.
John Mayer. Just last night, me and my roommate were just having this huge conversation about John Mayer. But when it comes to hip hop, I'd definitely say Biggie, Kendrick, J. Cole. Those are pretty classic ones for hip hop. But another band I really like was the RH Factor. Do you know who Roy Hargrove is? He plays the trumpet.
Not familiar, but
I had like this jazz. I mean, I love jazz. Obviously, I kind of have this jazz sound to my music. But I would say RH Factor as well. Roy Hargrove. If you guys don't know him, you can look him up. Yeah, them as well. Bruno Mars, love him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So at what point do you say to yourself, I'm going to take being a musician seriously?
I think in middle school, I was starting off as a DJ, someone who would do parties and get paid for it like that. And after a while, I was kind of like, man, I hate playing other people's music. I would love to make my own music. So middle school, I started taking it seriously, and it got to a point in middle school where I was kind of more like, man, this is like me telling the truth about who I am. And it began to get really a lot more serious in college, in high school and college. And by the time I was in college, I was like, this is like a real thing. And when I get out of college, I'm moving to LA and doing this for real. So I knew that the whole time I was in college.
And where'd you go for college?
I went to Chico State.
Okay. How was it up there?
It was cool. It was cool. It was a party school. I'm not like, I think I took advantage. It was a party school in the way, in the sense that I would perform at a lot of these parties. You know, I made this company called Blow Up Productions, and we would put on events in backyards at these frats and stuff, and I would sing and rap, and we had a DJ and like dedicated photographers, and you know, we charge. We charge for the whole experience there. So you know, that was a great time doing those events. It got me ready to be a guy who is involved with a lot of events and performing live.
I dig it. It sounds like from being big man on campus, you kind of got your foundation into the early makings of the music industry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I was big man on campus, but I was definitely providing entertainment to these different fraternities and sororities, and you know, it was great to start performing in that scene where so many people were vibing with it. So it was cool.
Right. Okay. Do you remember the first song you wrote?
Yes.
First song you recorded?
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. I wrote this song called, when I was a sophomore in high school, it was finals week, I took a bunch of Adderall to do this, to like, you know, just to make sure I got my final down. And right after the final, I was still like hyped up on this Adderall, and I went back to my house, and at the time, you know Currency?
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Jet Life to the next life.
Yeah, Jet Life to the next life.
Shout out Spitter.
Yeah. So Cookin' Soul made a lot of their beats when they first started off. So there was this one beat by Cookin' Soul that I was loving at the time, and I came home after my final, and I was like, for some reason, I just got this inspiration to write a song. And I wrote this song, and you know, this is where I was rapping a little bit more, and I just spent like 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours writing this song, and it was just so fulfilling. So no, yeah, basically after this final, I came home, I wrote the song, took like 2.5, 3 hours. I knew it was dope, I showed all my friends, and from then on, I was like, I never got a high like when I wrote when I wrote that first song, I was like, man, this is a high I could have forever. Like, so I've written songs ever since.
Okay. So tell me about your songwriting process, like what gets you in the mood to write, or like what's your favorite thing to get inspired by?
So that gets more complicated the older you get. Songwriting, it's very much a thing where you have to strip down a lot of yourself to be creative for it. So I think now what it kind of is making sure that I have as little distractions as possible, and I'm feeling as much as I can with life. And songwriting has nothing to do with thinking how to write a cool song. It has everything to do with feeling and being open to life and letting it flow through you into lyrics. So now all I'm really working on is making sure I'm as open as possible to be able to write the truth. You know what I'm saying? Writing great lyrics is about writing the truth. So just being open.
Definitely. You know? Now, about your song Breathe, you went over a Penthouse beat for that.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to work with them, or did you find one of their instruments?
I'm so glad you asked this. When I was 19, I lived in LA for a summer. So I'm from the Bay originally. I lived in LA for a summer. I went to a school called Garnish Music Production School. Shout out Dave Garnish. And Mike, who's one of the Penthouse guys in Penthouse, was my teacher.
Really?
Yeah. So
cool.
he started playing his songs, and I loved all of his music. So I don't know if you noticed, but I covered like 8 of their songs, like in my very early music. But you know, Mike, he's one of the Penthouse guys, and I've just been when I first started making real songs when I was like a freshman, sophomore in college. I was doing all their beats because I just went to LA. I went to the school, and I was like, wow, that like all their songs are sick, all their beats are sick. So I covered all of them. So
okay, dope.
Yeah.
Now you have one song that's over Frank Ocean's Crack Rock instrumental from Channel Orange.
Yes.
I know he's got to be a huge influence on you.
Yeah, I mean, Frank Ocean has a lot of soul. I think any artist that has soul is an influence for me. Being soulful music is the way to do it for me. You know, using the emotion in your voice with every lyric, every word you say matters with every way you say it. So when I made that song, you're talking about the song Lavatory, it was at a time where I was really just first getting into different artists who had soul and soulful beats, and you know, that's why I covered that beat.
Okay, I see. Give me your top 3 songs that people need to listen to.
I would say Automatic Buzz. I would say the single I dropped tonight, Flex to Feed. And I would say the single I dropped tonight as well, The Wave. I think those are 3 great songs. You know, a lot of old songs I took off my SoundCloud, but the ones that are out right now, you should go listen to those 3.
So what's next to come for Zach?
A lot of music. I mean, I moved to LA about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and built a huge repertoire of music that I did not release. And I know that's not really the way a lot of people do it, because they're like, as an artist, you just got to release, and get out there. But for me, it was more about getting the sound right. And now I got a catalog of music that I'm pretty proud of, and now I'm going to start releasing it. So there's just a lot of music. It's ready. This release party tonight was to kick all that off. So.
Okay. Are there any artists or producers you're looking to work with?
I mean, there's this guy named LionPack. Yeah, get Nate in here.
Tell us who we got here with us. The one and only LionPack.
Well, Nate, thank you so much, Dylan. Love what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Love what you're doing. We're super excited to be here today, celebrating the release of Zach's Flex the Feed. Nice turnout, great energy. So, we're just excited. No, it's definitely a wave, and this is the new season. And Zach is a talented young guy that came to me, and I'm excited about what he's doing. And, the future's bright.
Right, as it should be. Nate, tell us a little bit more about what you do, though.
I'm a music producer. Graduated from Johns Hopkins with my degree in jazz.
Shout out Baltimore.
All day, DMV for life. Been able to be blessed to work in film and TV, produce major recording artists as well as power YouTubers and independent artists. Just formed a new company, LionPack Music Group, as well as LionPack PR. And we have a lot of great things on the horizon with my business partner Rosa. And also, Zach is one of our clients. And so tonight we did this Flex the Feed at the LionPack Studios. And things are looking great.
So everybody needs to look out for LionPack.
At LionPack on Instagram and Twitter.
And Twitter.
So the people know.
Follow me at I'm Just Zach, obviously on all social media platforms right here. Check me out.
All right. Well, as you can tell, these guys have a ton of exciting stuff in the works. Be on the lookout for both of them. Zach is hitting the road pretty soon. New music on the way. Nate.
But Palm. Pretty awesome lip music. We are in the wave. Hashtag pretty awesome lip music. Hashtag Flex the Feed.
Flex the Feed.
Hashtag LionPack. I'm out.
Your company, you ain't gotta come for me. Hold out for a minute, little partner, you know I'll be around. Hit me with a sound, trickle down. Won't you hit the ground, little brittle cloud? And catch the wave of time. Slipping away, slipping away, way, slipping away, way. Slipping away, slipping away, way. Slipping away, way. Slipping away, slipping away, way. Slipping away, way. Slipping away, way. I noticed a friend of mine was nervous, been tripping about his purpose. He never said. Hold out for a minute, little partner, you know I'll be right here throughout the way. God won't